My wife Sarah and I had been married for 5 years, and I thought we had the perfect life. She was a successful marketing executive, and I ran my own small graphic design business from home. Everything seemed picture perfect until about 6 months ago. That's when Sarah told me she was quitting her high-stress job to find something more fulfilling. I was completely supportive. I told her to take her time and that we'd be fine on my income for a while, but something strange started happening. Every single morning, Monday to Friday, Sarah would wake up at 7, get dressed in her business attire, kiss me goodbye, and leave the house by 8, just like she always did when she had her job. At first, I didn't think much of it. I figured she was going to coffee shops to work on her resume, or meeting with recruiters, maybe even networking. She'd come home every evening around 6, looking tired but content. When I'd ask how her day was, she'd just say, "productive," and change the subject. Weeks turned into months, and the routine never changed. My initial support started turning into suspicion. 6 months is a long time to be job searching for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, without a single interview to show for it. I started asking more specific questions. Where did you go today? Or did you meet anyone interesting? Her answers were always vague. Just a cafe downtown, or I had a networking lunch. She never offered any details, and if I pressed, she'd get defensive, accusing me of not trusting her. The secrecy was starting to eat away at me. Was she ashamed she hadn't found a job, or was there something else she was hiding? The thought was terrifying, but I couldn't shake it. One morning, the curiosity got the better of me. After she left, I decided to follow her. I got in my car and stayed a safe distance behind her. She didn't go downtown to any cafes or office buildings. Instead, she drove to a quiet suburban neighborhood about 20 minutes away, one I'd never seen before. She pulled into the driveway of a small, charming house, got out of her car, and walked right up to the front door. An older woman opened it, and they hugged like they were family. My heart was pounding. Who was this woman? Why was my wife visiting her every single day? I watched for a few minutes, completely bewildered, before driving back home, my mind racing with 100 different scenarios, each one more confusing than the last. I knew I couldn't confront her without more information. The next day I followed her again, same routine. She went to the same house. This time, I parked down the street and decided to wait. Hours went by. Around lunchtime, I saw Sarah and the older woman come out into the garden. They were tending to flowers, laughing and talking. A little while later, a man who looked to be in his late 60s joined them. Carrying a tray with 3 glasses of what looked like lemonade, he put his arm around the older woman, and the 3 of them sat on a bench, chatting like old friends. I was completely baffled. This didn't look like an affair. It looked wholesome. What on earth was going on? That evening, I couldn't take it anymore. When Sarah walked in, I sat her down. I told her I knew she wasn't job hunting. I told her I had followed her. I saw the panic in her eyes before it was replaced by a look of deep sadness. She finally broke down and told me everything. The older couple, Mary and Tom, had been her clients at her old marketing firm. Tom was a retired carpenter and Mary a former nurse. They had a small handcrafted furniture business they ran from their home workshop. Sarah's firm had dropped them because they weren't profitable enough, but Sarah had fallen in love with them and their passion. She saw how much their small business meant to them. So, for the past 6 months, she hadn't been looking for a job. She'd been going to their house every day, using her marketing expertise to help them for free. She redesigned their website, set up their social media, and found new local markets for their furniture. She didn't tell me because she was embarrassed. She'd given up a 6-figure salary to work for free, and she was afraid I would think she was crazy, that I'd be angry about the lost income. Tears streamed down her face as she explained how much joy she got from helping them, how their little business was finally starting to thrive because of her. I just sat there, stunned into silence. Then I started to laugh. All my fears, my suspicions, they just melted away, replaced by an overwhelming sense of pride and love for my wife. She hadn't been cheating on me. She had been following her heart and doing something truly selfless. I pulled her into a hug and told her how incredibly proud I was of her. The next weekend, she took me to meet Mary and Tom. They were just as wonderful as she'd described. Seeing the joy on their faces and the genuine fulfillment in Sarah's eyes, I knew she had made the right choice. Our life wasn't what I had pictured, but it was so much better. We ended up investing a small amount into their business, and now Sarah is officially their partner. She's not just finding fulfillment, she's building it, one beautiful piece of furniture at a time. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories.